Hi, everybody. I'm Romy, and this is Mark. For those of you that haven't joined us before on the Sizzle, we just want to welcome you and thank you for taking the time to be with us. Tonight we have LaTaryn Brown. So for those of you that don't know who LaTaryn is, LaTaryn and Kevin are, LaTaryn is my daughter and Kevin is her husband. So everybody knows that I love LaTaryn, of course, because she's my oldest. And LaTaryn was actually the first person that trusted me and somewhat, possibly, hopefully, believed a little bit in me when we started with doTERRA. But she did trust me, and that will always mean the world to me that she took that step forward with me. So she was my first one on the team, and she has been with us from the beginning. And a lot of you that are here are because of LaTaryn and Kevin. So I'm going to let her just kind of tell her story of what she wants you to know. But LaTaryn and Kevin, for me, they are one of the reasons, and Karina, and really the people that are on, that are our qualifying leaders. It's a classic example of why I encourage people to do business with the people that they love the most first. Because even though you may have a hard time, if there's any kind of doubt of whether this will work for you, if there's even an inkling of hope and belief there that it will work for you, then we want the people that we love the most to be in there with us and to share in the successes and share in the dreaming and all of that. And so there will be some people that will disagree with me, saying you can't do business with family and friends. I totally disagree with that. The biggest, I have the most emotion in doing this business when I think about the success of the people that are on the team that I love. And some people we love and we bring them on because we love them, and then there's others that come on board and we learn to love them because we have developed that relationship. So it is all about relationship for me. And so that's my spiel. Take it away, LaTaryn.
Thank you. So if you're just joining us, I'm LaTaryn, if you don't know me. So my story, as Mom said, I was her first enrollment. So I've been with her from the beginning. I thought she was a little loony when she was like, hey, this is what I'm going to do to get out of my job. I need you to do this with me. But because I wanted to support her and wanted her out of her job, I did what she said when she said it, and that's pretty much how I got started. Mama knows best. And so if you ever have any doubt and you don't want to listen to her, that's the little evil person sitting on your shoulder saying you can't succeed. Listen to her, because I have it constantly. And now that I know what I know, I know that is the little evil person sitting on my shoulder. To me, that's the devil. For some people, that's not. God is the one that I pray to. You know, for some people, that's not. If you don't have a higher power, you need to find your higher power, because it helps a lot with everything. Part of why I continued with this as a business was because my husband was gone 90% of the time. He traveled for work. He was a construction manager. and it sucked. I was basically a single mom raising 4 kids. It was horrible. And when he was home, he really wasn't home because he's also a reservist, so he's in the military. So when he was home, he was actually on reserve duty. And then we have, the deployments and stuff to go with that, which we have been lucky with. We've only had to experience 1 deployment so far. But this was our out, and we took it. And he quit and has been home full-time for almost 2 years now, maybe a little longer. And it's been great having him home and having him here to help with the kids. Now, I'm not saying it's been easy. There's definitely been trials and struggles and getting to know each other again in a new way. One of that was to have him home was my dream. That was my biggest goal. On my vision board. And when we achieved that, I became stuck because I didn't know what else to do. I got what I wanted. And so trying to figure out how to get unstuck for me has been a challenge. So Kinsey, I might need you to help me. I have a few PowerPoint slides if I can't do it on my own. Let's see.
Do you see the share screen button?
There we go. I think I got it. Okay. Got it. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, our branding is breaking chains. A little bit of history on this, the reason why we did breaking chains is because we broke the mold. We broke the chain of your typical everyday 9-to-5 job, having to have that. I don't agree with that. You don't have to have a 9-to-5 job to be successful. And so that is a little bit of the background on that. We broke the bondage, the everyday, whatever you want to call it, the chain. So getting unstuck and becoming unstoppable. So getting unstuck is a choice. So for me, mine was mindset. When you're stuck, a lot of times people are struggling with where to go. What do I do? And that is obviously some mindset stuff. So not everyone has the same issues, and so not everyone is going to get unstuck the same way. You don't get stuck the same way, so you're not going to get unstuck the same way. So this is what I'm doing to get me unstuck. So the not having time is an excuse. Everyone has 10 extra minutes in a day. Take that 10 extra minutes, no matter what time of day it is, and reach out. Send a text, send a message, send an email. There are ways of communicating and getting through to those people that you need to contact without calling them. Yes, calling them is the best option, but there are other ways, even if it's just an email or a text or a message to say, hey, let's meet up, let's chat. These times are good for me. What times are good for you? And if you have to have those first email exchanges to get that time set so you can have those contacts, then that's what it needs to be. Everyone has 10 minutes. And if you say you don't have 10 minutes, you're lying to yourself. Everyone has 10 minutes. I can't, I shouldn't, I couldn't, I am not, or I will not. These are all excuses. They should not be in your vocabulary. And then think about it. How often do you hear yourself say, I can't, I shouldn't, I couldn't, I won't? All of these words read into your subconscious. So every time you speak that, it's a negative thought in your subconscious, and your subconscious reads that. And those are the people that you draw. You know, they talk about the law of attraction all the time. You speak it, you get it. If you say, I can't do this, then you're not going to be able to, and you're going to draw those people to you. If you want to succeed and you want to be diamond, then you need to act like a diamond, and you need to present yourself, and you need to use the yes, I can. Even if it's, yes, I can we do it at this time? And maybe 10 minutes from now, it may be a half hour from now. It may be a week from now. You still need to say, I can do this. So one of the phrases that I really like that Boyd says is, the person that gets to success the quickest is the person that gives the least amount of excuses. So for those of you that don't know Boyd Truman is our upline. He is double diamond, double blue. I'm not sure. He's in the doubles. He's way, way up there. But he is a phenomenal man. He has so much to give to people. If you ever have an opportunity to listen to him, you need to. If he's ever in your area presenting, you need to go to those. He has a lot to offer. So when you're giving excuses, you're limiting yourself. You're giving yourself a ceiling. Ceilings don't allow you to go anywhere. You want your success to be limitless. You don't want to, sorry, I feel like I'm repeating myself. You don't want to have a ceiling. So take out the I can't, the I won't, the negative phrasings. It doesn't do you any good. So one of the famous phrases from Gandhi is, keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behaviors. Keep your behaviors positive because your behaviors become your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. Keep your values positive because your values become your destiny. Stick with what you know. If you believe in God or a higher power, look to him constantly. If you stick with your values, your good values, your core values that you were raised with, it will get you far. Even if you feel like you're being judged, you feel that for a reason. All the negative stuff, there is a reason you feel that. It's because you have a greater purpose. You know, I've been told from many people my whole life, you shine, you have a greater purpose, you have great things in store for you. And I was always that person, yeah, whatever, that's meant for somebody else. I never thought that my biggest dream would come true. And it did, because I worked. The excuses were not there. I didn't have a choice. Well, I did. I could have given 1,000 excuses. But I would have never reached my ultimate goal of having my husband home. So for women, men do it too, but women do it more. So they have the negative thoughts 30 to 40 times a day. You're not good enough. You can't do this. You're not pretty enough. You're not smart enough. You're not successful enough. 30 to 40 times a day, we speak negative thoughts and negative things into our lives. Men do it too. I'm not discounting the men because I know the men are just as hard on themselves as we are. But on an average, it's 30 to 40 times a day for a woman. To reverse that, you need to do the positive affirmations. For me, mine is enough. I am enough. What I do is enough. So 30 to 40 times a day, find your positive affirmation. Stand in front of your mirror, holding your favorite mood oil. For me, mine is going to be Citrus Bliss. Stand in front of the mirror saying, I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I choose to be enough. I feel I am enough. 10 to 20 times in the morning, 10 to 20 times in the evening for 30 to 40 days just to change those neural pathways. So you start feeling good about yourself. If you don't feel good about yourself and you feel you're not enough, or you feel you're not smart enough or successful enough and you can't do this because you don't have a college education or whatever your excuse is, you won't get past where you're at because you're putting out those negative vibes to everyone else. Your thoughts become your feelings, and people feel that. Have you ever walked into a room and had that gut-wrenching feeling and all you want to do is run away? That's because either that group is putting off the negative emotions or there's someone, somewhere, that you're feeling. And I know the vibes and the chakras and the empath stuff, a lot of people think is hokey, but it's true. Pay attention to it. If you're around somebody and you get that feeling, I just want to run away, I can't be here, I don't want to do this, put some frankincense over your heart. Protect yourself. Put some peppermint on. Breathe in some peppermint, spearmint. Those are all protecting oils. They help you to get rid of the negative vibrations and the negative emotions from other people. So you can put off what you are actually feeling, not what other people are, what you're getting from other people. So the law of attraction, we kind of touched on that already. I kind of jumped ahead a little bit. So stand fast. Hold on a minute. I got to move my screen so I can read this. Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith with Christ has made us free. Be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. Galatians 5:1. God doesn't want us to feel stuck. That's not why he died on the cross for us. And if you don't believe in God, I'm sorry. That I hope this doesn't offend you, but I think for the most part we're all on the same page. He doesn't want us to feel stuck. He doesn't want those negative feelings. That's not why we are here. We are here to be free of all of that. He died on the cross for that. He took all of our sins, and we should be thankful for that and not stress about the little things. Take what you have, be grateful for what you have, move on, move forward. Take the steps forward that you need. Quit stressing about the past and the negative stuff. There is nothing that you can do to change it. Stay with the positive thoughts and the positive thinking and move forward. So remember, what you continually talk about comes about. If you continually talk about drama that's going on in your life or someone else's life, you are going to attract the drama. If you say you don't like the drama, but you're continuing to talk about it, you're causing it. You're causing more drama because that causes other people stress, which in return causes drama because then they've got to go and talk about it and release the stress and the negativity. And it's just one big vicious cycle. Don't talk about the drama. Just if someone's talking to you about it and is being drama, take it for what it is and then release it. No one likes a drama queen. Drama gets you stuck. And then if you're the one causing the drama, and most of the time people know that they're causing drama because that's what they thrive on. Get over yourself. The football team isn't always talking about you in the huddle. Okay? If you are constantly, oh, this person's doing this and this person's saying this about me, how do you know? You don't. Get over it. Move on. It doesn't do you any good. Follow those things that you truly believe in. If you have core beliefs and you truly believe that you can be diamond, then you need to act like it. If you want diamond, do what a diamond does. Become best friends with a diamond and do what they're doing. That means classes, whether they're online classes, in-person classes, whatever that is that you can do, do it. Reaching out to people, making new contacts. If you have a goal, you want to be friends with the people that you want to be like, so you can draw in those people. If you are friends with people that do nothing but cause drama, then you're going to have a drama-ridden life. And you are going to be unhappy and stuck. If you want to move away from that, you need to release that and move on, make new friends. Make friends with the people that you want to be like. So, and be patient. It is not going to come overnight. So your stuck did not happen overnight. It's going to take time for you to be unstuck. So be patient. It will happen. It just takes time. Rome wasn't built overnight. It takes time. So be patient. And ask for help. If you need help, reach out. And if the person that you reach out to doesn't give you what you need, keep asking until you get the person that gives you what you need. My mom has so I got a chance to mentor with Amber Croft last week briefly, and she helped me with some of my stuff. And my mom has pretty much told me the same thing that Amber told me. And I've heard it from several different people, but it obviously wasn't the right time or the right wording. Something, either I wasn't in the right place or just something was off. But I kept going to different emotion courses, different classes for this, that, and another, and continuing to talk about it, just about different things to try and figure out and process why I was stuck. And I always got the same answer for the most part. It just came from different people. But for some reason, when I was talking with Amber last week, it really resonated with me. And my focus was on the wrong thing of why I was actually stuck. And I had something in my mind of why I was stuck. but she helped me get to the core of it. And I was actually completely wrong. So if you don't feel resolution when you're talking to people about your issue, you need to move on from that person and talk to somebody else. Because obviously at that point in time, that person doesn't have what you need. So, okay. I tried to make it short and sweet so we had time for questions, comments. How do I unshare my screen? Oh, there we go. Wait.
There's a menu at the top that says stop share.
It was hidden.
Stop share right there.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry. Does anybody have any questions? Did I totally confuse everybody? Sorry, I kind of sped through what I was talking about.
That was awesome. Thank you.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Barely.
Okay, see if I can turn up my volume.
I just turned up mine. That was my issue. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so I constantly go through a type of stress, and I kind of debate about whether or not that I should talk about it or not talk about it. Like sometimes I feel like I feel so frustrated. I just want to talk about it and tell people the details about it and things like that. But I don't want to be a drama queen either. And so sometimes I feel bad when I talk about it, and sometimes I feel better when I talk about it. But the alternative seems to be just ignoring or pretending I don't have a problem. So I'm not sure how that I can get the help I need without being a drama queen.
Okay, so you definitely need to talk about it, for one. If you feel like, is it something that you have to have that you actually have to have face-to-face conversation to work through, or is it something that you can write down and then burn it and throw it away? Do you feel like you need that personal interaction to work through it, or do you think writing it down and burning it would help release the frustration?
Maybe that's a good idea. I might try that. Because I don't want to be negative.
Right. And you said that you've talked about it before and it hasn't really resolved. Is that right?
Well, yeah, it's kind of like an ongoing problem. So it's a problem that I have with someone else, and so it just seems to like ebb and flow and get better sometimes and get worse at other times. And so it's just kind of a stress that I probably am going to have to deal with for a few years. There's really, it's like sometimes I just don't know what to do. I know it's important. That I react the right way when I have these stresses and situations come up. And I know that I'm going to have them, but I don't always react the right way because that I really try, but sometimes I just get too emotional and I get upset and worried and things like that. So Yeah, I don't know. I just it seems like no matter what, it's always there, and there's nothing to do.
So without knowing the history, I'm gonna do a generalized thing for you, and hopefully it helps. So write it down on a letter, and then in detail, every single detail, every single frustration that you have. You can use names, you can do whatever you want because nobody's going to see it but you. And then when you're done, wad it up in a ball, put it someplace safe, and burn it.
Okay, yeah, I'll give that a try.
And then every single morning when you wake up, do so if it's a person that's causing you stress or drama or whatever it may be, just say a quick little prayer. I pray peace over them, or whatever the issue is. I pray that they have a great day, and just start doing positive thinking on their behalf. And especially when you're going and you're going to be talking with them and meeting with them, do a little positive affirmation type stuff to not only protect you, but you're also doing the I forget what it's called, the law of attraction type stuff. So as you're speaking it, they're receiving it, especially if it's something that you're speaking about them. And then just keep doing it over and over and over and over. And eventually, it should shift into something positive. But you are going to have to make it a positive encounter every single time until that shift happens.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Can I ask a question?
Uh-huh.
Well, Taryn, I was going to ask if you have a book that you would recommend. You talked a lot about the law of attraction, things like that. Do you have a book about kind of what you're talking about getting unstuck?
So one of the books that Amber has me reading is Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die by Carol Truman. So I am doing this one and this one.
Cool.
These two books are fabulous and they work. If you have chronic pain, chronic illness, I highly suggest getting these books because they can help you work through your stuff.
Thanks.
And if Lataren's reading them, they must be good.
I don't read. So it's Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die by Carol Truman. You can get them on Kindle to have a electronic copy with you. But I also recommend having the paper copy just because it's a lot easier to flip through. And then the other one is Emotions and Essential Oils, the 4th edition. Looks like this. Oil Life carries it. My oil business carries it, and I think it's even on Amazon. But those are both fabulous books. And the essential oil book is generalized. It's not like, it doesn't have doTERRA's blend names in it, but it is a book that doTERRA people use. And it has the, what do you call it? It doesn't have the trademark name of like On Guard in it. It has the immune blend. So it's like all the other books as far as the oils go. But it's still awesome.
can I speak to that just for a little tip for what you guys were talking about with that?
Yes, of course.
So forgiveness is a very, very powerful thing when we have strife in our relationships. So I have one particular relationship that is kind of a cycling process. Things are good for a little bit, and then all of a sudden the wheels come off, and then they're good, and then the wheels come off, and I get wrapped up when the wheels come off, and there's a lot of emotion there, there's a lot of hurt, and there's a lot of anger, and when that happens, life gets tweaked for me, and then all of a sudden I get reminded about the forgiveness and the honor and the respect. And this last time when the wheels fell off, it was a lot. It was 2 weeks is all, and I did a conscious effort. It was a conscious decision of forgiveness and releasing. And literally within 2 days, it was like gone. All of that yuck was gone. And so for me, I try and focus on forgiveness in all hard situations like that, no matter what it is. It is an act as if, and forgive and let go and just kind of move on from there. And sometimes it is forgiving ourselves, or it really is more of that look inside and see what it is that we need to change. And if it's something that we need to do, then we change it. If not, then we just forgive that person. If we need to say we're sorry, whatever, ask for forgiveness, whatever that is, that can be a really powerful thing.
Oh, I forgot. If you do read Carol Truman's book, do not read the first chapter, especially if you're a mother. Skip to the second chapter. It doesn't help. So just kind of a heads up. I haven't read the first chapter just because I've been told not to, and it'll make you feel like a crappy mom. So I've chosen not to read that chapter. So
Iris here, and I've read the chapter, and you just take out of it what you need and leave the rest.
Yep, and true. Very, very true. And that's the way it is with everything. The emotions are a crazy thing, and they make you feel kind of crazy sometimes. And certain situations, you can't avoid, but if you take it in stride, take what you need, leave the rest. If you can't leave it, then release it. Whether it's writing it down and balling it up and burning it is your way of releasing it, then do that. If it is giving it a shape and a color and releasing it to the light and getting gifts in return, then that's your choice. I experienced that. It was kind of crazy. It was my first encounter with all of that, and it was kind of, what? It was weird. But it helped. It truly, truly helped. If you can give your emotion a light and a shape and release it, it really, really helps. And if you think I'm all crazy and you're like, what are you talking about? Then we can talk later at a different time, and I'll give you more details on that. That's a whole nother 3 days worth of teaching. But anyway, does anybody else have any questions? Comments? Positive, negative, feedback would be great.
It was awesome.
LaTaryn,
Yes.
this is Sam. I just wanted to say thank you for that. That actually resonated a lot for me. So awesome job.
Good. I'm glad. Thank you.
Well, I think you did awesome.
You did a really good job, and I just want to tell you, I'm so proud that you're reading books.
Thanks. I hate reading. If you guys haven't noticed that, I hate it. It's like, I don't know. I'd rather eat raw onions majority of the time, and I hate onions. It's like one of those nails on a chalkboard type thing for me. I don't know. I don't like it. But
that's why Audible is very powerful for those of you that don't read. There's other options.
And I think that book is actually on Audible too. I don't know all my Audible people. Honey, is that book on Audible?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I have it in paperback. So.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else?
I just want to say thanks because, hi, Latarin, you did great.
Thank you.
But the I am enough and the affirmations and speaking to yourself in a positive way is something that I have learned a lot about in the last year. And I am enough. I love that phrase. So I'm so glad that you brought it up because I think that that's something that we all tend to forget is that it's not everybody else, it's us, and it's what we can do, and we have to believe it. So thank you.
You're welcome. And it's not I am enough to other people's standards. It's I am enough for you. Like, I know for me, I have a control issue with the way that certain things are handled when it comes to my kids. And, you know, being laid up in bed for the last few days has not helped my control issue and my anxiety and stuff when it comes to that. But, and especially with the push that I'm trying to do with my business, that has not helped. But with the I am enough phrase, it's I am enough for what I am able to do right now. And if that means releasing my control issue until I can get up and do things on my own, then that has to be what it is. But it's I am enough right now. Be grateful for what you have. I have a wonderful family, a husband that's home, a mother-in-law that is here to help also, and other family. My mom, if I need her, she'll come. And so it's just a matter of if you need help, ask for it, no matter what it is. And know that you are enough no matter what's going on. You may be laid up in bed and not being able to do anything, but you are still enough because you are doing what you need to do to get healthy so you can take care of your family or that you can run your business. You are enough. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah, what she said.
Amen to that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, burning desire. We're going to move on to the giveaway.
Anybody have anything? It doesn't even have to be related to being stuck or what Karen talked about. Anything. Any questions for anybody, or you just want to scream?
Pro? Woohoo! Who wants to go and doesn't have a ticket?
There's some tickets available.
Iris and I are going for sure.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
We're gonna have an amazing group. It's gonna be awesome.
Kenzie?
Yeah. Okay, Kenzie, you're up.
Okay. All right, my giveaway due to random.org. Just in case anyone wondered how we do these giveaways, I don't just sit here and look at pictures. If you go to random.org, you pick a random number. Tonight's winner is Kelsey.
Oh, there they go.
I'm
And what did Kelsey win?
What?
looking. I believe it was an oil to help get unstuck. That's what I picked. What was it?
Come on, Kenzie. What was
I
it?
know. Epic fail.
Some essential oil, I'm sure.
It's Purify.
Purify.
Yay.
Right? Cleansing, purifying, get unstuck. That goes together, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kelsey, will you send me your address, please, and I will get that in there for you?
I will do that.
Awesome.
Thanks.
All right. If you will stop the recording, I have one thing I want to talk about off recording.
Uh-oh.